I think we are good. We are live. I'm back. It's the vibe, and today I'm gonna be learning how to become a rich and famous streamer so that I can become so that I can be surrounded by pretty cosplaying e-girls, because that's the entire purpose of my life right now. So here's what's gonna happen, okay? This is gonna be a very informational stream, okay? First of all, successful stream. The Ludwig stream was a success. Super success. Amazing success. I got a comment on the video. They said W content or something. I don't really like streamer talk. I'm going to be honest with you, but I'll learn it. I'll become a streamer. That's what this is for. So, I have my notebook. I'm going to let you see this. I usually use this notebook for drawing, but today we're using this notebook to take notes on how to become a famous streamer so I can chill with cosplaying e-girls. I'm very excited about this stream. So, how it's gonna work? You know what? Let me play some background music to serenade us while I explain how this will work. Okay. As you all know. So how this is gonna work is I'm gonna be going on YouTube and searching up every single masterclass on streaming that's possible, that's out there. And then after doing that, after going on YouTube and learning, okay, so there's a few things. I'm a little scattered because streaming is a lot of work. I'm a little scared. I don't really know how to do it that well yet. You know what? Fuck it. If there's any viewers in here, which there probably won't be, I'm not even gonna worry about it. Okay? I'm not even gonna worry about it. So I am going to start with the Ludwig Masterclass, how he breaks down how to become a good streamer. I realized a few things after the first streamer song on Ludwig. First off, I can milk this for so much more content. I can watch documentaries on these people. I can watch their interviews. I can do a lot of content. What's the word? Content farming. I can do a lot of content farming on every personality that I'm learning and studying, so that one, I can make the best song for them, but two, I can have more content to post, which is going to make me an even better streamer. And that's exactly what I'm here to do, become a great streamer. So that's what we're going to start with today. We're going to start with what I should have... Oops, that was the wrong button. I haven't learned hotkeys on OBS yet, but I will. I will. Maybe that's something that's a little beyond me right now, but I will. I will eventually learn hotkeys on OBS. Boom. So today we're going to be starting with, don't start streaming before watching this. I already started streaming, but usually when you just start before learning, I think that's better because you get the experience of doing the thing first. So we're going to watch this Ludwig's video. We're going to watch a few other videos. Hold up. We're going to watch a few other videos on it, and we're just going to take a bunch of notes, and we're going to learn. And afterwards, I'm going to become the highest upcoming streamer of all time. Drop a 1 in the chat if you're with me. Cult. Drop a 1 in the chat, cult. That's right. I don't say chat here. This is the cult. This is the vibe cult. I'm wearing a suit because today's learning and educational day. It's like the first day of college. Okay. Let's get into it. I'm excited.
Ask to just $1 today.
Please get off my screen, guy.
This Senate race in Texas
Nope, I hear you.
is
I hear
likely
you.
going to be the most expensive and the most competitive.
Nice.
So I tweeted out, like this tweet if you want to become a big streamer. And I tweeted this for 2 reasons. 1, I wanted Twitter likes. Please follow me on Twitter, for the love of God. I don't have enough followers, and I need more because bigger number equal better person.
Okay.
I'm only okay person. I want to be great person. Great person, 1 million. 1 million, big person, better person.
I also want to be better person.
I was genuinely curious how many people want the job of a streamer. I remember Mr. Beast tweeted something similar maybe a few months ago about being a YouTuber, and it had hundreds of thousands of likes. I think people like the idea of being a streamer or YouTuber or content creator really in any fashion because, well, let's just be frank, it allows you to play video games for a living, make your own hours, and potentially make
hold up.
bucks. And so, I thought...
messed up on my OBS. I'm still in beginner streamer mode. Why? What happened? What happened to my screen? What happened to my screen? Oh, chat. I don't know what I'm doing. Or cult. I don't know what. Okay, what? It's there on my thing. Oh no. Oh man. Oh, that's the issue. Silly me. Silly me. Boom. Silly me. We're gonna do that. Silly me. Bang. All right, we ready? We ready for this educational masterclass lesson? Let's do it. Well, this is 49. This is a real masterclass. I'm ready for it.
Some of my knowledge to Twitch chat and to YouTube on how to make it as a streamer.
Yeah.
At least as far as I know. I'm not the end-all authority on this. I really don't believe that I am. But I think that I've never really seen a big streamer talk about it. Either because they don't want to or...
They don't want the little guy to eat their lunch, but I'm coming for you. Yeah, Burnt Peanut, I'm coming for you. Kai Sinat, I'm coming for you. I'm gonna eat your lunch, kid. I'm gonna eat your lunch. You better watch out. This is a dirty game. This is a dirty game we're playing. I'm gonna eat your lunch. Ah, I'm hungry. Ah.
Or most likely because they're just lazy and can play video games and get more viewers anyway than making a 20-slide PowerPoint presentation that probably took them a few hours and they misspelled a lot, and don't make fun of them for doing that. So that's what I did. And we're going to take a look at it here today. All the knowledge I have rolled up into one PowerPoint presentation, and the PowerPoint presentation is called How to Make It Big as a Streamer.
How to make it big as a streamer. I'm going to write that down. How to make it big as a streamer. I think in quotations I should have so I can chill with cosplaying e-girls, but that's a personal choice.
That is the entire goal of all this, is making it big as a streamer.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not that fun to stream and not have viewers or not make money from it. So I get it.
I agree. Listen, I think I can have an extreme amount of fun on my own. There's nobody in this chat right now. I'm literally talking to myself. I know there's a chat on screen right now, but I put that in post. I gotta be honest. There's no one here, but I'm having a good time. So maybe you should join me live. You'd have a good time too. Anyway, I'm sure it'd be better with you there.
I get it. A lot of people want this job, and this is the start. Why listen to me? That's a fair question. Well, I'll tell you why. Growth. I'm now the 42nd biggest streamer on Twitch.tv. Not flexing, just hitting facts. This is my chart line from Q1 of 2019.
That's called
up until
exponential
December
growth.
of last year. And let me tell you, January, even better. Now, hey, I'm not the biggest. I'm not the brightest. I'm not the first, and I won't be the last. But I'm just a guy telling you what I've learned in my 2.5 years, almost 3,
This feels like
of being a streamer. So stick around. You might learn something.
This feels like an ad for a college. You know what I mean? Where there's a bunch of kids of different races smiling together. You can come here too. Because even if you're disenfranchised, there's a spot for you here. And oh yeah. But I like it. I like this voice.
And while you're here, subscribe. Hey, it only takes a few
Subscribe.
seconds. You know, sometimes the YouTube algorithm will unsubscribe you. Maybe double check. Turn it from red to gray. I'd appreciate it. And let's get on with the show.
Thanks for the advertisement.
With the first and most important part, do you want to be a streamer?
Yes.
That's it. That's how it starts.
Yes.
This is it. Now, maybe on the surface level, you'll be
Yes.
thinking, well, yeah.
Just
yeah,
so
I
you
wanna
guys
be
can
a
see my
streamer.
notes
Are you
so
kidding
far.
me? I play video game,
You can
make
cheat off my
millions
notes.
of dollars,
Yes.
work on own hours. What?
Yeah.
Yes, I want to be a streamer.
Me too.
Well, think about it a little bit deeper. Don't just think, do you want?
Do.
Think, why do you want? What do you want out of it? Let's just
I know the answer to this one. I want to be rich and famous as a streamer so that I can chill with cosplaying e-girls. I know my answer to this. Let's see what he says next.
do a quick poll in chat.
Okay.
How many people want to be streamers?
Me.
So
me,
it's
me.
like most
Me.
people in this chat
Yeah.
like the idea of being a streamer. All right. Every single person who said yes, whether
Yeah.
you said it to yourself or you voted, whatever it is,
Yeah.
you need to do this right now.
What?
Write this down. This is not a joke. I'm being very serious. I want you to write this
Pause.
down.
I gotta pause the video. My reading comprehension is at a 2nd grade level. Start date. Just writing it out. 1 year goals. 3 to 5 creators you want to emulate. Ooh, that might be hard. I don't know anything about live streaming. I'm really cosplaying as someone who understands this community, but I can figure that out. If I want it, I'll figure it out. If you want it, you can figure it out. Creators, you want to emulate. Great. Okay. Literally write all of this down right now and keep it somewhere safe. I think I'm doing a pretty good job with that part, so give me a high five, team. Bow. All right.
I know it's a bit corny. All right, try to do it on pen and paper. If you don't have it, you can do it on your phone notes and take a screenshot. But really,
I did it on pen and paper.
actually do this. Write this down. 3 things.
3 things.
First of all,
Yeah.
if you want to be a streamer,
Okay.
when are you going to start? Set a hard start date.
I started last week, so I don't know if that's the wrong answer, but I'm going to put my start date is last week. That's my start date, but maybe that's the wrong answer. So as a secondary answer, I'll write tonight. Boom, tonight. Well, I'm sure there's a way. Hold up. Let me do some crazy stuff. Only people are live now. Am I live? I am live. Whoa. This is so cool. I want to take the chat. You know what? I'll do this for the next stream. Let's focus on learning. You got to focus on learning. You can't get distracted in class. Come on. Stay focused. Stay focused. Let's go.
When you're actually going to start, if you've already started,
Yeah.
maybe this is the date that you're going to start your YouTube or start a new series. Or
I already started YouTube. But I can start TikTok clip farm funneling. That's I don't know how to do that yet, but let's say I'm going to start that specific thing tomorrow. So TikTok clip farming. I need a burp. I have acid reflux and indigestion from a poor person's diet. I need to be rich. Fuck, I need money, please. Friday, August 21st is when I'll start. August 21st. Okay.
or whatever it is. Just write some date where you're going to start achieving something you've been saying you're going to do. Number 2, write your goals for 1 year out. This can be for the start of 2022, maybe one exact year, maybe a few months. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
All you need to do is have a set period of time and goals you would like to achieve by the end of that set period of time.
Oh, let me turn this light up and save my utility power bill from going crazy. Okay, write down goals that I want a year out. Man, well, I guess a year out, I usually set unrealistic goals. Because my first image, let's full screen for this. This is a good full screen moment. Do you know what I mean, chat? This is a good full screen moment. Okay, well, my screen is completely black. And I hope that's not what's showing up. And in order to double check that it's not, let's open up my stream and check. I can't wait till I get a second monitor. It's going to be so fire. It's going to be so cool when I have a second full screen monitor. Oh, no, it's all black on there, too. That's not good. Wait, no, it's good. Check that it's not. Nice, okay. All right. Why is it's so whack? It's not showing up for me. It's so strange. Either way. Usually, chat, my fault. Usually, cult, when I set goals, they are unrealistically ambitious. And that's because the seed idea I have for things in my mind is usually like the biggest version of it. So if you say, imagine you're playing soccer, what I imagine is scoring the winning goal on the final match of the World Cup. And that really is awesome for thinking big, but in terms of goal setting, it makes things very difficult in my life, which is why I think I've struggled to achieve a lot of my goals, because by my nature, I'm going to want bigger things than most people would start with. And I struggle to be attracted to a smaller goal. So in order to win, this is really psychological warfare, okay? In order to make this work, I'm going to actively set the smallest, most achievable, yet rewarding goals that I could possibly set. So what I want to say is, in a year, I'll have like 1,000 subscribers. Honestly, I would say like 10,000, right? But let's just assume 1,000 subscribers in a year. Let's assume that's too much, and then cut that in half. Because what I would do is actually double it like 7 times. So instead, we'll cut it in half. So let's say 500. I want 500 subscribers in a year. But to be even more precautious and reasonable, let's cut that in half. So 250 Twitch subscribers, right? 250 Twitch subscribers in 1 year. Now, what's awesome about that is I don't know the specific math, but I think that's enough income. That's way more income than I'm consistently making now, and it'd be more than enough to live off of. So I think that's a healthy amount of money to be making from Twitch, from content on YouTube, and the entire funnel. I think that's a good place to be. Okay, but now the next goal that I'd like to have in that same time frame, right, is to 10,000 YouTube subscribers on. Well, I don't know my YouTube system yet. I'm probably going to be posting some of these clips. Like a video like this is probably going on a live stream channel. But let's just say cumulative 10,000 subscribers across any of my YouTube channels, right? 10,000 YouTube subscribers. And you know what? Let's say I'd like to be making, is $2,000 a month a lot to start off in a year when it comes to streaming? I don't know. But let's take a conservative approach. Let's say I'm making, let's aim as low as I can and say I'd like to be making $1,000 a month minimum, which is not that much, right? It's not a lot of money at all. $1,000 per month. I think if everything goes bad, if I'm able to reach this in a year, that's a good place to be. All right. Let's see what else Mr. Wig has to say about these notes.
Now, look, this is not your end goals. If you want to be the biggest streamer in the world, you don't have to write, I want to be the biggest streamer in the world by 2022. It's not really realistic. But you can write goals on the way to your final goal.
Right.
And it's okay if you don't have everything figured out. At least write something down that you would like to do.
Right.
And hey, this doesn't have to be numbers. Like, streaming doesn't necessarily imply
Mine are all numbers because I'm broke and need numbers to work out for me.
you need to be a big streamer. Maybe your goal is just to make a community that you really like being a part of. Maybe it's just to record all of your Rocket League gameplay, in which case it's very easy.
I guess I didn't have a single goal in there about being with cosplaying e-girls, and considering that's the only reason I'm doing this, I want to put dating cosplaying e-girl. Great. In a year, Oh, this is horrible. I wonder how long I'm going to keep this up. Okay, in a year's goal of streaming, I want 250 subscribers on Twitch. That's paid subscribers. It's a lot of money. I want 10,000 YouTube subscribers. Maybe this is reaching far, but this is as low as my mind can comprehend. And at least $1,000 a month. I think $1,000 a month is like a guaranteed amount of income, given the other two are succeeded. And then lastly, I'd like to be dating a cosplaying e-girl. There's no way I make it.
To achieve your goals.
I'm
Success
cooked.
isn't based
I'm
on how big of a
cooked.
streamer you are. It's based off the goals you set and your ability to achieve them.
Okay, I believe in my ability. I believe in
That's
that.
what I think, at least.
I think I have
That's
it.
how I've done things, and that's what I'm telling you to do. It's my advice to you. And then the final thing to write down.
Yeah.
3 to 5 creators you want to emulate. Not necessarily that you like,
Yeah.
because maybe you like Shroud, but you don't frag like Shroud frags.
Yeah.
So write someone that you like that you think you could emulate. Here's an example of mine.
Oh.
I've done this. I know I'm being a bit corny, but this really happened. I did this in 2018. I wrote down all my goals. I didn't actually just do it for stream. I did it at New Year's. I did it for many different things in life, but these are my stream ones. I wanted to hit 2,000 subs, 100,000 followers, 1 million unique viewers. I wanted to be punctual, and I wanted to go full time. And I went 4 for 5. 4 for 5 is pretty good. That is pretty good. 4 for 5. We'll take it.
I guess another goal of mine should be, just to add one more, I want to enjoy this, you know? enjoy the work. I don't want to do this if it's gonna suck, which I don't think it will, but just to make sure at the very end of the year, let's make sure at the end of the year that I enjoyed it. So 3 to 5 creators. Like I said, I don't know much about the Twitch meta now. I've watched a lot of streams in my life, but like that's kind of like growing up, I would watch Call of Duty streams. Well, wait a minute. There you go. But that's like growing up, I would watch like esports tournaments or Call of Duty or CS:GO. And then occasionally I'd like watch maybe like a streamer here or there, but I'm not like the most tapped into streaming, so we're gonna make this easy for me, right? I like Ludwig's content strategy for YouTube. I also know from the videos that I've watched is that he's really good with sponsorships and brand deals. Sponsorships / brand deals. And so I want to take that aspect from him. And then I don't, like I said, don't know much, but let's say Kai Cenat, because I like how global Kai Cenat is, right? He is a breakthrough person, and as someone who thinks really big, I generally want to break through in that way. I also think Kai Cenat is a very consumable creator, as in I don't think I'm the most relatable. I think he really speaks to a large community of people. So maybe if I can learn to be a little bit more like that, that'd be cool. And then lastly, Joe Bartarelli. I'm not too sure what his name is. All I know is I see his clips on TikTok. And what I like is that I think he's the only person that I see clips of that the clips aren't just like idiocracy. It's not just people doing stupid shit. His clips are like off the cuff, motivational speaks, or like gets real deep all of a sudden. And I think that's cool. I don't see anyone like blowing up through clips in a way like he does. So maybe his like clipping tech, and I guess in that way he probably has like a cult like, I'm kind of guessing at this point because I don't know much about this stuff, but I'll figure it out more. I'm guessing that kind of leads him to have a kind of a cult like fan base, and I want to start a cult, so this is good for me. So I have my 3. All right, hope you have yours.
80%. That's a B-. That's a 3.0. Almost 2.667. Still pretty close. Still pretty close. At the end of the day, I was able to set goals and then hit them. I hit these goals by the end of 2018.
I wonder, is there a streamer that's really good with longevity? I value like longevity. I want to be, if I'm going to do this, I want to be here in 10 years, you know, or 20 years or whatever it is.
And then I was able to keep going. Part of the reason you do this is because, hey, it's very obvious that streaming's not for everyone. It's also obvious that it's better to take a shot on something than to never try it and regret that.
Yes,
but
teacher.
How do you know how long to do it or what to do? Well, this does that all for you. If you write down your goals and you set a time frame to hit the goals in, then at the end of the period, right, at the end of next year.
Okay. So then let's say the end goal. God, I don't. I'm going to do my best, but I've been beat down a lot on the path of achieving my dreams. I don't know if I have another year of consistency in me, but I'm going to give it my all and see, you know? So let's say 2027, August.
2022, you can reflect. You can be like, hey, I went 0 for 5. My goal was to hit 100 average viewers, and I'm at 15. Maybe I am not cut out for being a big streamer. And that's an honest conversation you can have with yourself, but only if you do the work now to set goals, to set a time frame, to understand it, rather than just kind of 9 to 5 grind. I just go live. I'm just doing my thing. I've been doing this since 2018. That's all shit. All right? At least set yourself some sort of time frame so you have some sort of growth and progression.
Then I should probably have a schedule. I'm not the best with being on schedule, which is why this could actually be very beneficial for me. But we're just going to follow the lesson plan and see what Professor Wig has for us.
That you can accurately and objectively look back on. I've also put the 5 streamers that I liked and thought I could emulate. CD the Third, I think he was one of the best streamers, still is, in terms of integrating music If you've ever thought like, damn,
I'm gonna write down these references too, just so I have them, because I don't know what I'm doing, and apparently these people do. Third, music.
damn, Ludwig uses music well on stream. That's Cassidy in the third. Nick Merckx. He's great with his community, and he added stakes to every single Fortnite game.
Nick.
He taught me a bit about stakes. He taught me a lot about community. Soda, I've always thought was like the GOAT streamer. I thought he was like the best streamer. I know nowadays he just does whatever the fuck he wants, but I thought through and through, in terms of like, if you were to look at any streamer, I still think Soda Poppin' probably the GOAT. Clint, I thought his YouTube was some of the best shit. He was able to turn just random streams into really good YouTube videos, and he was very personable. But you know, obviously I can't emulate Clint to a T. He has this ability that every single fucking human on earth just loves Clint Stevens no matter what. I don't have that. You can think I have that. I promise you I don't have that. And then finally, Mango.
I need to turn the fan on. It's hot. It is hot.
Mango, a man who has maybe 1,000 viewers, 2,000 viewers.
Mango.
But 10,000 subs. If you sub to him, unsub, and then resub 3 months later, this is true, Mango will remember, and he'll call it out. He'll be like, oh, Pirate Oliver, hey, you're a resub, aren't you? You used to sub like 3 months ago. And so his ability to remember made people, and he has this superpower, I truly believe, to make people feel so included, which sometimes involves making people feel very excluded so that everyone else feels included. But that's besides the point. That's my 5.
Ha! I already wrote it down. Guess I'm the best student in class. Dun, 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 dun.
If you didn't write anything down but you want to be a streamer, this is the #1 best thing you can do.
Okay.
The absolute only lesson to take away from today if you want to make it big on Twitch.
Okay.
Quit.
What?
Fucking quit right now. That is my advice to you.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
If you didn't even take the 1 to
I'm gonna eat this guy's lunch. Watch, I'm gonna eat this guy's lunch so bad, telling me to quit. I got that dog in me, though. I got that dog in me. All right, let's see why he said this.
2 minutes to write something down,
What?
even take. That is my advice to you. Yeah. If you didn't even take the 1 to 2 minutes
to write it down?
to write something down from a man
Yeah, quit.
who is a top 100
Yeah, quit. If you didn't write anything down, quit. Quit, nerd. You're not like me. Quit. You'll never be like me. Quit. Quit.
streamer who knows a thing or two, then I promise you, you will not make it through 0 1-viewer streams for 5-6 hours at a time. It's gonna be miserable. You're gonna hate it. It's not gonna be fun, and you're not gonna achieve your goals if you didn't even write them down in the first place.
Let 'em cook.
And this is not trying to be mean,
Let 'em
but
cook.
let's just take a guess. Chat, I want you to guess right now. Tell me the number of people who streamed last month. 50,000. Sure.
5 million.
650,000.
10 million.
Wow.
10 million.
5 million.
5
okay.
million.
Sure. Big range. It is 6.9 million. 6.
Well, I'm trying to do something, but it's not working. I'm trying to. 69. All right, that's all. I'm sorry.
0.9
Lock in.
million unique streamers every month. Streaming is not as it was in 2013. It is very well known, it is very mainstream, and it is very competitive. If you wanted to become the best employee at Walmart, the largest company in the world in terms of numbers of employees, you'd have to beat out 2.2 million people. That's just the numbers. That's just the facts. You'd have to be better bagger. You'd have to be a better.
See, the thing is, I'm insane. Like, I really think I'll be #1 out of the 2.2 million. I really think I'm the one in 69 million. I'm the one in 6.9 million. I really think that. It's delusional, but I really think that. And I don't know. I tried to turn it off, bro. It's just there, though. I'm stuck with that. I'm really just stuck with that degree of delusion, and I'm trying to make it work. Please follow me on Twitch. I need 25 followers before something. I forget what happens after you get 25, but help me get there, please.
Better stalker. You'd have to be better at counting than 2.2 million Walmart employees. Then you'd be the best in the world. It is 3 times harder to do that on Twitch. And look, I know that some of these streams might only do it once and whatever, but at least you can try to gauge the numbers. Just for even more reference, there are 45,400 partners. Those are people who I would say have made it. And made it is loose.
Okay, wait, let's see what he says.
Because to be a partner, to apply, you only need 75 average viewers, which, it's a good amount. And there's weird things that they do that they accept and don't accept. But at the end of the day, 0.66% of people make it here on Twitch. And
0.66%. I have to be in the 99.44 percentile or something like that. 0.66% of people make it.
And so I had 20,000 people like my tweet on Twitter. And so mathematically, about 120, 150 people will make it. The other
That's me.
21,000 XXX, peace. GG. It's just a fact. It is
Cutthroat.
just a numbers game.
You're not cut out for this lifestyle, kid. You're not cut out for the live stream lifestyle, kid. But me, the vibe, motherfucker, I was born for it. Motherfucker, you put me in a house filled with fire. I'ma pull out that hose. I'ma pull out that. I'ma pull out that hose.
And look, don't let that be too daunting to you, because there are some pros. First of all, you make your own hours when you stream.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing. That's really hype. You're your own boss. This, just for some reference, is how many hours I work. It's not insane. It's not as many as someone who's like a doctor or whatever.
How many hours he works? Okay, so like 210 hours, 200 hours, somewhere around 210 hours. Interesting.
But I
A
streamed
month.
this many hours, November, December, January, past 3 months. And I spend about 25 hours a month on YouTube. That's one, making thumbnails and titles, but mostly actually just look.
Write that down. He's the one who does the TNTs. And thumbs are by him. Interesting. He doesn't have a thumbnail guy or girl or they them. Interesting.
Looking at what works and
And again, this was 5 years ago, so he might.
trying to re-emulate that success. And then like 20 hours on business, whether it's like calls for sponsors, or like when I do a stream on Chess Talk.
That's interesting as well. There's not actually that much time spent into the business of it. 20 hours is a month is like 5 hours a week. 5 hours a week on business stuff. That's like very little. Interesting.
Or whatever it is, I spend I would say roughly 200 plus hours a month. And then there's also the aspect that I'm always on. You know what I mean? Like, I have to have my phone and my Twitter notifications ready in case something big happens. Whether Corpse tweeted at me or they need an Among Us player. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to be available. I can never...
You know what I get from that? What I get from that, what he's actually saying, there you go. What he's actually saying there is that there's a degree of opportunity that comes from community that you gotta be there to show up for. I'm gonna keep that in mind. I'm gonna just bookmark that one. See, right now I'm not in any of the communities, but I will be. So I'm gonna bookmark that one.
necessarily be off. But I'm about 200 plus hours a month. You don't have to be available. Sure, I don't necessarily have to,
100 plus
but
per
I would lose out on growth if I'm not. And I think that part of the reason I'm successful is because I am available. And you'll see people like Carl Jacobs, who's blown up. Doesn't matter if you like him or hate him. Carl Jacobs is blown up on Twitter and Twitch and every platform. And Carl has post notifications for every big YouTuber.
Carl
so if they tweet,
post
he
noties.
sees it, he replies. People see him in the replies all the time. You'll see Carl on your timeline. I guarantee it. And it's because Carl is never off. He's always on. Yeah, maybe that's only an hour of Carl's day that he's on Twitter, but it's also an hour, 5 minutes from 9.
Interesting. So it's just like it's kind of just self-promotion through natural engagement. Self-promo through natural engagement. Man, I'm going to be so good at this. I was born for this. Okay?
Until 9. You know what I mean? It's just something to keep in mind. But you can make a lot of money.
Whoa.
And this is how much streamers make. This is rough. I don't think we're allowed to say specific numbers. It goes against a contract.
Okay, 100 this is a month, I'm guessing. 100 viewers is $1,500. 250 viewers would be $3,750 maybe. I'm doing math off the top of my head, but like 3.7K. And then plus business, you're telling me that I would be making 100 times 2, 200, 500 times 2 is 1,000. Something like $1,250. Whoa,
But
like 5K. That's a full-time income.
Roughly, if you average
6K?
100 viewers, I think
Crazy.
you can expect to make about $1,500 on stream. Honestly, if you're a smaller streamer, the amount of money you will make will be higher because people like supporting smaller streamers, so you'll have more whales. It's kind of like a bell curve where people really like giving money to smaller streamers, and then middling streamers like 1,000 to 5,000, not so much, and then big streamers, they go back to being whales
Hear that? Follow me so you can donate to me. Hear that?
and stuff. But this is per month. This is monthly. I would say you make about 2,000 a month if you average 100 viewers. If you ever average 1,000, then you start making pretty good money. Honestly, I put negative here. I think you'd be losing money on YouTube at this point. You
Interesting.
probably wouldn't be getting enough views, and then you're paying your editor. Please pay your editors, by the way.
Telling you, man, I'm picking up on these little things. He does the titles and thumbnails himself, but he has an editor. Now, this is big for me because there's way too much to edit. There's so much work to be done with editing. Like going back and chopping all this stuff up, like it is time consuming. So I wouldn't be surprised if there were multiple editors. 2 editors, maybe even 3 editors, depending on how many clips you're getting out there. Short form editors, or are you paying for clippers and then YouTube stuff? And I'm like, if you told me there was multiple editors on a team for this, I'd believe it. And I'm so excited to not edit this.
Okay, I don't care how much you love Bernie Sanders, you gotta pay him. No offense. So you gotta pay your editors, so you're probably losing money on YouTube. We'll get into that in a bit. You should still be doing YouTube. If you start getting to like 1,000 viewers, then you start making pretty good money. And bear in mind, this is before tax, and you'll be taxed a little bit more than a normal job as a contractor. But regardless,
Let me just double check. Let's make sure stream's going well.
gotta pay him. No offense.
Stream looks like it's going well.
You still make pretty good money, and you have the upside to make a lot of money. Now, this 10,000 viewer number is obviously varies wildly, but I even
You know what I'm actually excited for? What I'm actually excited for is the day I actually get a chair with a back. Because this stool is so uncomfortable. This stool is so uncomfortable. It's actually more comfortable to just be on my knees. You see, this is where a normal person in our society who's live streaming would say pause, but I don't really give a shit.
looked at a streamer like Tens. That's actually where I pulled this. Tens, he has like 5,000 subs. He has a contract with an esports org. He has a thriving YouTube channel. Like, he is making a lot of money. There's definitely the ability to be a millionaire if you make it to the top. I will say, though, and this is
Yeah, I mean, I only want to do this if I'm a millionaire. God, I am just so delusional. Like, to me, the only outcome is being a millionaire. It's actually, I've been through so much hell because of the way I think. It's so painful. Oh man.
It's important. Let me switch over for just a moment. If you're wondering, because we talked about making it is 0.66%, let's just talk about making to that 10,000 viewer mark. You might be thinking and seeing millions.
This is important. Hold up. This is important. This is so important. So important. Holy shit. It's getting serious. I gotta get serious. Lock in.
Which is great. I mean, sure, dream big, think big, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about stands. I do a lot of streams of stands. Stands averaged 400 viewers this past month.
Okay.
Stands has about 700 subs. Stands is the top 0.06% of Twitch.
It's like that's crazy. That's insane. But so am I. You know what but so am I. So I see that and I hear that. And I think, oh, no problem. I'll just be bigger than that. Like I genuinely it's rough. It's rough in my head.
Think about that. You don't think of Stans as a big streamer, but in reality, he is top 5,000 of 6.9 million. This is truly impressive if you get here. Truly. And I mean that. That is a big deal.
Yeah.
And it is very hard to do. But this is more realistically your upside when you start streaming rather than a channel like mine or a channel like XQC's. I know I told you to write down your goals and dream big, but also just understand the math and the numbers.
Makes sense.
Stans
Makes sense.
is a top 0.06%. He's the top 10% of the top 0.6%.
Yeah,
And that's
crazy.
all the partners. So that's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah.
He's the top 10% of all partner streamers, and that is a realistic goal to have. You should at this point have.
Okay, then the first goal should just be that. If that's a realistic goal, that's the first goal. Simple. So easy. That's how I'm gonna make it easy for myself. Just that's how I'm gonna make it easy for myself. If that's what's realistic, if that's what I can strive for, then that's gonna be my first major stepping stone before I become the biggest streamer on earth. That's right. It's the vibe. I was born for this life, baby. You ain't never seen a motherfucker vibe like me on stream, baby. I'm really that guy. Big pants, big pockets, even though I'm broke. I might just have to turn you to a rocket because I'm shooting off like a no-scope, baby. What you need?
Found out whether, if you wrote things down, you are even cut out for step 2 or not.
Of course
but
I
if you
am.
did write things down and you did actually do what I told you to do, anyone can take advice from the second part. How do you stream?
How
you already figured out
do
that you do want to be a streamer,
you
why you want to be a streamer,
Yeah.
what your goals are as a streamer.
Just a reminder, I want to be a streamer for cosplaying e-girls. That's literally the only reason.
How do you do it? How do you stream? Well, this is
I gotta write this down. Streams are recordings. Streams are recordings. YouTube videos. Built-in growth mechanism. Performance gauges success better. Structured format equals better content. Every video is a lottery ticket. Let's let him cook for a little bit.
my one advice, my biggest advice. Streams are recordings. That's what it is in 2021. That is the best way you can think about a Twitch stream. Why? Well, let's think about a YouTube video. YouTube videos have some pros that normal streams, conventional streams don't. YouTube videos have built-in growth mechanics.
Yeah.
All right, the algorithm. A YouTube video can pop off. A stream can't really pop off.
Yeah.
You know, like you can go live and I tomorrow can buy a first edition booster box from Pokemon that cost me $400,000, and I can go live on a brand new channel and no one will see it.
Yeah.
Literally no one, because there's no way for you to know that that is happening and nobody is digging.
Yep. There's no way for you to know right now that the greatest streamer alive, the world's future greatest streamer alive, it's the Vibe, baby, is doing his second stream on his marathon of becoming the greatest streamer. You don't even know. You weren't even here for this. You missed this moment of history, but it's okay, because you're going to be watching this at some point, and you're going to be like, oh my god, it's the Vibe, motherfucker. I'm going to be there, and you're going to be there with me, all right? Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Twitch, motherfucker.
Through the 5,000 zero viewer Andys, one viewer Andys on the just chatting section. So that's why Twitch fails in that aspect. YouTube doesn't. Also, YouTube is permanent. You upload a VOD on YouTube, a video, it stays there.
Yeah.
Twitch, it's live, and then the VODs are up for 60 days, and then they get deleted. And let's be real, even if they didn't get deleted, nobody goes through to find VODs. Not really. It doesn't really happen. It's just a fact that VODs are absolutely terrible on Twitch, and I don't see that changing.
Yeah.
And so the permanence of a YouTube video means that even if it does...
By the way, I think everything he's saying 5 years ago, I think every single thing he's saying applies today still, but I might be wrong.
doesn't do well in the first month, maybe a month or two from now, you'll be able to look back and be like, oh, this video actually did well. You can't really do that with streams. For example, I did a stream the other day. I did the higher lower stream, and it did okay. I had an okay number of viewers on Twitch. I had like 22K, but it didn't do that great. But my YouTube video has right now 560,000 views, which is 100,000 above average. The fact that it's permanent on YouTube lets me see that. If I only had Twitch, I would be like, oh, if I play higher or lower on stream, it's only okay content. No, it's better than okay. It's just that.
So, not only does YouTube help you grow, but it helps you validate ideas. Interesting.
People didn't know what was happening or weren't live to watch or busy, whatever. It's harder to get viewers on Twitch in the moment, and it's bad.
Need more AC. All right.
To gauge success off of your live viewer count when it can be influenced by so many variables and be so Dogecoin-esque, if I can. Next, structured format is better content. This is general advice, but generally, YouTube videos are structured. I think we kind of know that. You know how a YouTube video generally goes. Yo, what's up, YouTube? Back here with another, you know the vibe. Twitch streams don't have structure inherently built in, which usually makes them a bit worse. Structure just allows you to have a very concise beginning, middle, end.
By the way, this is a structured stream. I think I'm doing pretty good. Listen, I think a lot of people watching this for the first time, they're not like me. They're not putting in that work like me. I'm already streaming. I got my goals down. And I have a structured stream going on. Come on. Who do you know that's really built like me? Hold up. Let me talk my shit. Let me talk my shit. Who the fuck do you know that's really built like me, boy? It's the vibe, motherfucker. I'll put my dick on the table and let them watch it. I got your old bitch on the table. I taught her to lick it. What you know about me? What you know about me? I'm really like that. It's the vibe. Come on.
And very concise beginning, middle, end is usually better than just a hodgepodge of whatever the hell you're doing while live. And then finally, every YouTube video is a lottery ticket.
Yes.
Like I said earlier, if you upload a YouTube video,
I have done very poorly in the lottery.
it has a chance to pop off. It really does. If you go live, you're never really going to have that chance to blow up off of a stream. The only people I can think of that blew up off of a stream either were like collabing with somebody really big or came from a platform with a lot of viewers. Nobody just blew up out of nowhere overnight on Twitch.
That's a big point.
YouTube can happen overnight. I mean, literally overnight, you can blow up. And you've seen that time and time again. Dream literally was like a 10K Andy on YouTube at the start of 2020. He's doing pretty well. That would not happen if he only streamed. Admittedly, this whole thing was about how to stream, and we've only talked about YouTube videos. That's because it's time to start formatting your streams around your YouTube videos. So you have to stream for YouTube. Now, when I go live, I'll have segments, and that's how I think of it. I'll have segments for YouTube.
This is the sauce right here. I'm gonna steal this and apply it. And then you're gonna clip this. Listen, motherfuckers watching this. Well, listen. You're gonna come back and you're gonna clip this and you're gonna see how I execute it. Cause that's what I do. I got the ideas. I put in the work, motherfucker, and I execute. And you're gonna see me execute. I'm really like that, bro. I'm really like that. It's the vibe. Oh, nope.
YouTube. And I'll stream those segments, and then I'll have like filler time in between.
Introduce idea, meat and potatoes, conclusion. I'm just gonna just steal his exact formula, right? Intro, idea, meat and potatoes. By the way, this is what I introduced this idea, right? This is my meat and potatoes right now, and potatoes. I want some kale in there just for the digestion, and then conclusion. And that hasn't happened yet, but that will happen. I'm really on it.
And then I'll have some things that aren't for YouTube. And that's fine, but you need to have some segments. Very roughly, they work like this. They'll have a introduction, an introduction to the idea, to what the segment is while you're streaming. I'm going to give you an example of a YouTube.
That's great. So I can also, well, then you just spam that in the stream, and then there's multiple points between the streams, which are just, between the segments, which are strictly stream-specific stuff. But then you can just have multiple segments played out. And in a single Twitch stream, you can have 3, 4 YouTube videos if you play this right. Multiple segments. I like this. This feels good. I can have a segment where I'm creating the song of the week. Right next. By the way, I'm dropping this news early to the zero viewers right now. Next streamer song is on Black Boy Max. Right, but I can also have segments where it's reaction videos. I mean, maybe this kind of counts as a reaction video. I can have I want to do IRL stuff sometimes. But I mean, this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense.
YouTuber doing this, because I think that this is probably the single best YouTuber, and they get a credit for a lot of other things, but they don't get a lot of credit for this, at introductions. And that's, of course, Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast, I think, is the best YouTuber at doing introductions. And even though we're talking about streaming, I take away, and you also can take away, how to do these intros on Twitch.
Mr. Beast.
Let's just take a look at this.
In this video, we are going to be eating $100,000 golden ice cream,
I'm blown away. This is so good.
$5,000 mac and cheese,
This mac and cheese is magnificent.
$30,000 banana Foster,
Ooh, that's incredible.
and
Man, I wish I wasn't poor. I wish I could eat good food so bad. Please follow me on Twitch. Please follow me on Twitch.
so much more, starting off with $100 ice cream and working our way up.
That was 19 seconds top to bottom, and what did the introduction do? Let's talk about it. Let's break it down. It introduced the idea, the concept, what they're doing in the stream, all right? So explained it if you're going to be watching what's happening. 2, it introduced stakes. Stakes are an integral idea into every stream. You need stakes in whatever you do. It just makes it better. Stakes can be very small. It doesn't have to be the amount of money. That's the stakes for this one. All right, so the idea is we're going to be eating expensive.
Oh, I guess I forgot to mention, I will probably blow my brains out if I don't become a successful streamer in GTA. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that.
Foods. The stakes are that every food will increase in price. And then it also says how this will end. How does this whole journey come to a close? Well, it comes to a close when we eat $100,000 ice cream. That is how it closes. So then the video, you can expect that they'll start eating foods, the stakes increase. All right, there's more and more and more and more expensive things. It ends when they eat that ice cream. That's the entire thing. You can do the same thing on Twitch, and we do it all the time here on this channel. For example, we just did unbanned forms speedruns. Okay, introduce the idea. We're doing unbanned forms, but we're speedrunning it. Okay, that's the concept. What are the stakes? Well, the stakes are we want a good time. We want to try to get world record. This costs no money, but those are the stakes, trying to get a good time. When do we get to the conclusion? When we beat the time and get the world record. Very simple, all right? And the meat and potatoes are me just doing the runs. Introduction says everything that's going to happen. Conclusion is when I finally got the world record.
I mean, essentially, it's just storytelling, but it's active storytelling on like a broad level.
Very easy, very straightforward. You don't necessarily need money, but you can create streams in segment.
Let me check to see if my stream is still up.
Conclusion is when I finally got
Still up. Let me check to see if my Twitch is still up. See, this is a part of the meat and potatoes that I'm not gonna leave in. Twitch.tv/It's the Vibe Live. It's the Vibe Live. It's the Vibe Live. Yep, that's whoa. I have 2 followers. It's the Vibe Live. Yep, that's whoa. I have 2 followers. I have 2 Twitch followers right now, guys. Let me show you this. Let me show you that. I have to change my thing. I have to edit all this stuff. Ooh. Learning how. I guess you should see this too. I'll show you this. Learning. 0.0001% streamer. Bam. But look at that. I have 2 followers. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy? I'm so happy.
that have all 3 of these aspects. And when you stream for YouTube, the beautiful thing about it is your stream is better, but also you get a YouTube video that is very easy to edit. You can just edit down because everything's built in. And you get to trim out all the fat until you have just this beautiful lean YouTube video that is the 20 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is, of gold of the 30-minute hour recording.
I think I'm going to be very good at this. I think I'm going to be amazing at this. I think I'm going to be so good at this. It's crazy. I'm going to be so good at this. I'm going to be a little good at this. I'm going to be a lot of good at this. I'm going to be so good at this. I can tell. I can already tell.
So it's just a win-win-win. There's no losing here. And don't get me wrong, it is still fine to go live and do regular streams. I actually had a problem when I first started streaming where I would only do segments. I was like, if it's not a segment, it does worse on viewership. There's no point. I just need to do segments. Well, you can do both. And I've learned that. That's something I had to learn, and I had to deal with things like numbers going down and viewership being bad, and that's something that takes a bit of time. That's like a personal journey. You just have to one day get over it. There's nothing I can tell you. You just have to one day get over it. But I've learned that I can do segments, plan out segments, and then do like I'll call it filler content. Think of XQC streams. Most of his content is like, it's not really formed around YouTube videos. It's mostly just filler content. And it's not bad. I'm not saying it's a bad way to stream. It's kind of fun in a way because he's always like thing to thing to thing. There's no dead air. It's like chess, bang, done chess, react, bang, react, done react, bang, we're playing Super Mario now, bang, done that, Valorant time. And none of these are really gonna be like really phenomenal YouTube videos. He streams like old streamers used to stream. I just don't think that'll work for people anymore because it's not 2013. The competition's too fierce. Your stream's probably not going to get found. You're probably not better than the good gamers at games. Probably not funnier than the funniest people at being funny.
I'm pretty funny.
And even if you are, you have to be not as funny as Moon Moon. You have to be funnier than Moon Moon to get found because people already know who Moon Moon is.
Yep.
So
and nobody knows who I am. But just in case you don't, it's the vibe, motherfucker. I'm gonna make your teeth shine when you smile like Moon Moon's asshole. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get in so much trouble with live stuff. This is. I apologize, Mr. Moon. I don't know who Moon Moon is. I'm a nobody, and I was speaking inappropriately. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Don't cancel me.
stream like XQC streams, stream for YouTube. And you can do both, but just remember to include segments. Just promise me you will not do the grinding, hustling, 9 to 5, putting in my 8 hours. Because that is all bullshit and a waste of your fucking time. You are literally doing nothing. It is not just going live that matters. It doesn't. Next, this is just one quick example. Which is a better video? Example of 2 streams. Now, no shots. Blastoise actually had more viewers here. This is Blastoise's stream, ranked Valorant with friends.
Okay.
And then Stan's is ranking favorite avatar clips. Okay.
Ranking favorite avatar clips or ranked Valorant with friends? Well, I guess you can frame the ranked thing in a way where it's like the intro is we need to win, or like we're gonna play ranked Valorant. We want the structure, like the meat and potatoes, the stakes to be we have to get to the next rank. I don't play. I don't know how these things work. But I want to like get the next prestige or level or like unlock the next the reward, and then the thing is over when you do that with your friends, and then maybe ranking favorite avatar clips. It seems, yeah, it kind of just seems like it's a little harder to formulate a story around it.
Which one probably transfers to a YouTube video better? Now, we can ignore factors like copyright for now, just for this example. I just screenshotted 2 random streams I saw yesterday when I was making this slideshow. I think you guys would probably
Ranking
agree
fan
that Stans makes a very natural YouTube video. Blouse Choices is just kind of...
That's fine. I'm learning. That's why we're here. That's why we're here.
like a Valorant highlight.
Wait, why
for
does
a
this
guy-
make... Oh, wait. Wait, no, I get it. Teacher, I want to change my answer. You see, the reason Stan's work is not... He's not just looking at the avatar clips, he's ranking them. Duh. I kind of got confused with the word ranked. I have like a brain issue that I'm actually going to a neurologist tomorrow to check out. So it was hard for me to process that. But I get it, okay? Because you're ranking it, right? You're looking for the best. This one's not that good. This one's amazing. We found the best one. It makes sense, okay? I didn't process the word ranked. I figured that one out. Okay, I'm happy about that now.
Guy who is okay at Valorant. And it's a great stream, maybe he's having fun, but this will not help you grow.
Yeah.
You can admit that.
Interesting.
He probably won't grow unless he suddenly becomes radiant or has a lot of knowledge or is a really funny player in Valorant that is missing.
So
realistically,
that also tells me that doing a ranking video, or ranking stream rather, is built-in success. And I've seen people do that a bunch, so I'm going to do that.
Stans' stream will have a video that will help him grow a little more. It's also important to form ideas, and this is an interesting concept, form ideas around titles. So if you have the title of what you're going to do, you can form the idea around it. And that's kind of like all of Small Ant's channel. So I think Small Ant is a really excellent streamer and YouTuber. But let's just take a look at his YouTube channel for a moment. All of these are just really interesting and engaging titles. I turned the floor in Mario Odyssey to lava. Pokemon Ruby, but all opponents have Wonder Guard. A Breath of the Wild YouTuber thought he was better than me. Can you beat Eventide Island without touching the ground? If you
I think I'm... Okay, maybe I'm wrong about this, right? I might be wrong. I'm willing to be humbled. I think I have decent titles. I think, like, the title for this, for example, I think is pretty decent. But we'll have to see. I don't think titles are my issues. I've been doing the YouTube thing for a long time. I just suck. So maybe it's titles, but I just don't think it is. Maybe it is. I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I gotta be honest.
Concept a stream around just the title. You write your clickbait for you. You write your title for you. And the content will be very...
Like, for example, I think the title for this... I think the title for this, for example, is Ludwig teaches me teaches me to become a 0.001% streamer. I think that's a compelling title. But I could probably workshop that in a few different ways and A/B test 3 versions, but I think that's decent. Or even just like how to become a 0.001% streamer or something like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
Very natural. It's a lot of work. He works really hard to beat all this, but it's a good way to do it. So for example, if I want to beat Pogo Stuck upside down, I'm working with the title. I beat Pogo Stuck, but it was upside down. That's my title. That's what I'm working with, and then the content will write itself. So Small Ant, great example of that. Great example of having titles, both in streams, because he streams all of this, by the way. He streams all of this that translate to good YouTube videos. All right, let's go next. The 3 ways to grow, okay? 3 ways to grow.
I like this. 3 ways to grow. Dumb ways to die. Dumb ways to die. So there's collabs. There's outside traction. And there's big events. Big events. I want to throw some big events.
We've talked a bit about the middle one. We're going to go on it a little more, but let's start with collabs.
Okay, so the middle one is like YouTube content system, right? And honestly, I need to watch a video that's specifically designed for short form outreach too. But either way, content ecosystem.
Collaboration is probably one of the best ways to grow. I am not dumb. I am not oblivious to the fact that I have used Corpse, Technoblade, Sykkuno, Pokimane, you name it, and it's helped me grow. I mean, that's just a fact. If you collaborate with people, it helps you grow. And it needs to be in somewhat of in an authentic way. Obviously, if the content is worse when you work with someone, then it won't really go well together. But collabs just help. They really help. It's a thing. You can think as on the nose
If anyone wants to collab,
as when XJaws brought on Syndicate to his YouTube channel.
throwback.
And then Syndicate blew up into a larger YouTuber than XJaws. That's something that happened a few years ago. Or you can think of it as
A few years ago. When was this? I mean, even in 2021, that's a crazy throwback reference. Because, like, Syndicate XJaws, that's, like, early YouTube. That's, like, 2012, 2013, 2014, maybe. Even this is a throwback.
As an Among Us game where Yeti makes a brilliant play, and everyone's like, who's this Yeti Apocalypse guy? Like, yes, you also have to be good. You also have to have a good bedrock of content. It's not as easy as just streaming with someone. Because I promise you, I've streamed with a bunch of people in Among Us who have 15 viewers when we started and have 15 viewers now. But if you have some sort of skills, some bedrock of content that people can absorb the moment they see you and you're exposed, then you're going to do well. Does that make sense?
I think I have a few things. One, I have my musical and artistic capacities. I'm not a good musician, to be honest. I'm all right. I can strum a guitar, play some chords, but I'm not the best. But I'm a great artist, right? But I think it's more so my charisma, right? Ay caramba, this guy got some charisma. You know what I'm saying? Ay caramba, this guy got some charisma. And you know what I mean? I think if anyone else really wants to be with cosplaying e-girls, they're gonna relate to me on a biblical, existential, philosophical level. Where my cosplaying e-girls out? This one goes out to you. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say. That's all I had to say.
You need to have something there ready. So let's...
Wait, but hopefully he teaches me how to collab when I'm a nobody with no connections. No connections. I don't play that many video games. I can play CSGO for a little, but I suck.
Let's think of the Mr. Beast Challenge 1 video. Mr. Beast did a challenge. He shouted out the channel of a winner. The idea was get this person 1 million subscribers. And it was a contest where you get the winner of the contest 1 million subs. And the guy who won was Zealous. Zealous is at 2 million subs. And the only reason he's there is because he had content that, one, was quite similar to Mr. Beast's, already there as a bedrock. If Mr. Beast shouted out a channel that had never posted a video, they're not going to go anywhere. And look no further than every time a big streamer hosts a 20-viewer Andy. You host a 20-viewer Andy, they're not ready for it, they don't have the content for it.
So am I like a 0-viewer Andy? Is that what I am? Or is that an outdated term? I think, isn't Andy an outdated term? Isn't that like old vernacular? Outdated Andy. Well, that's what I am, and I don't know what the opposite of an Andy is, but I'm gonna be that.
Look back a month later, still a 20-viewer Andy. I remember so vividly Shroud saying that Twitch is a lottery, rating or hosting some random guy playing some, like, it was like Dead Cell or something, I forget exactly the game, and I looked back.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks later.
Let's play the game then. You know what I mean? I'm not in music. What am I in? What? Oh no. What am I in? I'm in hold up. I just am unsure of what I'm like, what is smart to be showing and not. I gotta watch more streams. But look at the categories. Maybe I think this is like just chatting, right? Technically, huh? Just chatting, reactions. I don't know. I'm honestly not sure. but I don't think it helps for me to do that anyway, because there's, I think, a lot of other people streaming in that. Either way.
See that guy's channel? Same number of viewers as before the Shroud Raid. His content wasn't ready. It literally just wasn't ready. So collabs are good, but you need to have a bedrock of content to make them work. And they don't have to be with insanely large streamers.
I'm so excited.
You can have a whole that's better than the sum of its parts when you work with other people. And that's totally fine as well. Doesn't have to be necessarily huge streamers. Also, one more note on collabs. Please don't be lazy about it.
Yeah.
I get an email every day about someone saying, hey, can we do an interview? I have an interview where I interview big streamers.
Don't
it doesn't, and maybe I'm wrong, feel like these
about
people are all huge Larry King fans
collabs.
who love the art of the interview. It just feels like the easiest, most thoughtless way to interact with a large streamer so that you get some growth from it. Maybe I'm wrong, but that is the vibe that I get.
Yeah.
And when you send an email out for that, and that's all you do, it's lazy. It's not going to work. I promise you it's not going to do that much for you. The people who have really succeeded in collabs with larger streamers have done things, and bear in mind, all streamers are lazy, that the streamers really like, enjoy, and it's
I don't think I'm lazy. I think I just suck at winning sometimes, but I'm a winner at heart. I just gotta iron some things out. I got some issues, but I'm good at my core.
so, I promise you, painlessly free to interact with streamers. And just look no further than the Dr. Disrespect Alleyways song. That was made by a man called J+1. And you might be asking, well, who's that guy? Well, this is the guy who took a random clip of Doc singing while playing Warzone, I believe, called Give 'Em Love, and then made it into a fire song. Put it on Doc's subreddit. I think he actually might have donated. And then all of a sudden, Doc loves it. And when Doc wants a song, he's like, well, I'm hitting up J+1. Same things happen to me with ex-girlfriend, with my editor Polite, with people who I've played Among Us with. Think.
This is smart. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna upload. I don't know how to like split stuff up because I have the Ludwig song, and you know what? Let's listen to the Ludwig song. Just so I forget if it was bad or not. I uploaded that video. I forget if the song was good or bad, but either way, I should upload it on its own. Let's hear. You guys can't really hear, but that's okay. I think I just need, most of my issues is that I have no money. Like, I don't have money to make my vocals sound good with the decent mic recording, and so it's really like kind of a messy mic recording, but I think the production is good. Also, Ludwig's thing, hold up. Let's go to I'll do that on my own time. I'm going to go on Ludwig's. I tried to upload to his subreddit and post that, but I don't think it worked. Ludwig subreddit. So I'm going to go a little harder. I'm going to post that separately as well. Maybe, I don't even know. I don't know. There's just so much stuff. I don't know, guys. I don't know. This is rough, huh? But this is the grind. I got to figure it out. I'm going to figure it out. I believe I can figure it out. Reddit. I think I tried posting to Ludwig's subreddit with the song that I made, but I don't think it let me. Nope, it definitely didn't let me. Post is awaiting moderator approval. Nice. Very nice. Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright.
Auto. That.
By the way, that's a lot of my strategy. I think I've said this before. But I want to use like the making songs about people and going deep into their lore as like my break into collab or community. And if I can do that, then I can be a 0.0001% Twitch streamer and have so much money and fame and have all the cosplaying e-girls on my dick. I want all the cosplaying. I'm sorry, that's so garish. That's so like that's so garsh. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but I want to have all the cosplaying e-girls out for a nice dinner. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be so fun.
Motherfucker leached his way in, but he had something to offer of value.
I got something to offer, man. I really got something to offer. Like I really got some talent. I'll really be bang, 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 shoving it up and catching a bad little bitch, and you know what she mission, huh? You know what I'm saying, bro? Come on, stop playing with the guy.
He actually was a godlike programmer who could make things that were valuable. I used Otto. I needed Otto for content. Otto's great. And now he has like 500 plus viewers. That's great. He didn't send me an email saying, hey, Ludwig, I make programs. He made a program for me and put it on my subreddit. So make something. Put it on the subreddit. Donate with a link, whatever it is. There's 1,000 examples of this working. It can work again. That's how you collab with someone big, or you can just collab with someone smaller and more your size. And that is also easier as well. Does that make sense? Next, outside traction. Look, I think conventionally everyone knows, like, hey, you gotta be posting on YouTube and TikTok and Twitter. And that's great. And that is true. That is all true. Twitch does not have really good growth mechanisms. These other sites do. You can bring viewers from those sites over to Twitch to stream or wherever you want to stream. It can also mean getting outside traction from a community. You don't just have to post to the void of YouTube and hope that some people find it. I was a part of the Super Smash Bros. Melee community. In a very genuine way. It's my favorite game of all time. I made a lot of friends from it, and I made content for it. And it is a lot easier, I promise you, to get noticed in a community that small when I post on their subreddit a YouTube video I made and get traction that way, than to just post on the YouTubes. That is a lot harder. I promise you that is a lot harder. So if you have a community you're in, and it does have to be authentic, right? You can't, people are smart. Like,
yeah, I've tried doing this a lot in the past with anime music videos. I don't know, I just haven't been able to find that much success from it, but I'm like, it's a very clear yes. I mean, maybe the stuff that I'm making just isn't good. That's always like a big possibility. It's probably like the likely reason, but even still, I mean, often there are things that aren't that good that do well just because they're focused in a particular community. I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm kind of just tired of thinking about all the potential reasons that I've continued to fail for an extraordinary amount of time. Regardless, I'm gonna keep trying.
Like, people are smart. People can tell very quickly when you're inauthentic or like clout chasing, and they'll call you out for it, and it'll be a mess. It won't be worth the time. But if you're in a community in an authentic way, you can make content for it. You can grow within that community, and then after doing that, expand that to something else. Variety streaming, whatever it is. You know what I mean? A lot of people you like blew up parts of smaller communities. Moon's name is Moon Overwatch. XQC Overwatch.
I'm Moon. I'm so sorry for earlier.
Without that Overwatch community, they don't make it to where they are today, right? They needed that community as a foothold. Me, with Smash. Minecraft speedrunning. Sure, it's a larger community, but still, without that speedrunning community, I don't know if Dream makes it where he makes it today. He didn't know how to be that good at the game. Maybe he doesn't. I don't think he does. So you just have to think of it as outside traction, not just being posting on these outside sites, but trying to find smaller communities or being part of them in authentic ways, offering value, making videos, being a part of it, and growing within there, and then maybe you can grow on, let's just call it mainstream. And finally, the last way to grow.
I think I really want to be a part of the online, let me make this full. I think I really want to be a part of the online music space, maybe the online anime space. So, online music space. I'll write this down for me. Online anime space. Obviously, I want to, like I said, music anime. I think there's other things that I'm interested in, or I have been interested in my life. The arts, essentially in good storytelling, like movies or films. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't need to like over like analyze my options. Those are things that I generally cared about.
Are big events. Okay? Big events.
Big events.
If you do something big, if you hype it up enough, if you open a first edition base set box and you let people know, I mean, obviously you have to do some marketing, it'll blow up. Maybe not on the stream, but on YouTube it will. If you post a YouTube video of you opening a first edition box of Pokemon cards for $400,000 and then burn the cards after, if that's your YouTube video,
Fly.
fair enough, your money, it will blow up. It will. That's just a fact. Really good content comes above all else. And I think Mr. Beast is a big believer in that. And it's true. And you can think of every video he does as a big event. And the same thing can happen on stream. It just requires a little bit more marketing. And maybe this is something more valuable for someone with like 50, 100 viewers. You can hype things up. But I've done a bunch of big events. You know, Pokemon Week. Pokemon Week, we hyped that up for a while, long time. I set all of that up. I reached out to all the streamers. I hooked them up with all the boxes. I set up the days for it. I made the marketing. I made the YouTube videos for it. And I hit 100,000 viewers on Twitch. I have never been close to that milestone before then. My most was like 60,000 with the host.
Maybe I can hype up playing the songs I make for streamers for the first time live, like the finished version of it. Maybe. Because I think the way I would like to go about it, or what would work best for me, is I do like a vast majority of like the base work of it on stream, the research, the skeleton of the production, the writing, some basic recording. But at the end of the day, I think like the things that really make a great song need to be done with a type of focus that I don't think I can generally achieve, or at the very least efficiently achieve if I'm also streaming. So maybe like the final version of those songs with all the cool transitions and effects and a decent mix I'm listening to first on stream live, and I hype that up every time. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just experimenting.
40,000 without, and I over doubled it because I did a big event. Big events will help you grow. I know you got to focus on the day-to-day, but
I think it would be really cool. I mean, I don't know how long this idea will run for, but it would be really cool if I got to listen to it, if we listened to it live the first time with the person it's on. That would be fucking insane.
But you can't get lost in the day-to-day and not do these large events. You got to spice things up. You got to make sure that you're always innovating, trying to do big things. So big events are important. Hosts and raids are fickle, and I don't want you to think of them as growth mechanisms because they rarely, if ever, are. And I think people overvalue them in a major, major way. So now we know how to grow. We know that you want to stream, why you want to stream, what your goals are for stream, how to stream. Now
It's interesting. My biggest issue there is probably collabs, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm not too sure on how I break into like the community of it all. But let's try and figure that out, I guess.
we have to think of ideas that work for you. I'm giving you examples of my life, of Mr. Beast, of Small Ant, but maybe those don't work for you. And a lot of ideas that we do won't work for you. It's just a fact that you will not likely, and maybe I'm wrong, have a relationship with Technoblade to stream with him.
Oh, my back. I have so much tension up here because I don't have any back support. It's so rough. It's so rough.
That is probably just the case. You probably just won't be able to do that.
Yeah.
You probably don't have $30,000 to spend on Pokemon cards or
No.
whatever big Mr. Beast cost thing he does.
Yeah.
You probably don't. But you can spend that time thinking of ideas that do work for you. And I cannot tell you how many times I look in my DMs and I see someone who thinks of an idea that would work if they only had X money, X number of viewers, 5K viewers, if they were friends with me, if they were friends with Corpse, whatever. And that's fine. That's great. Wow, great idea. Hopefully you get there to do it. But you're not there.
I will write a list of 10. I'll write a list of 30 ideas that could work for me, and I'll steal a lot of them from other creators.
So why are you wasting your time thinking of videos, streams that you will never be able to do? That is a waste of time. That is fantasy. That is not strategy. Think of things that work for you, and there are things that exist. I made money by donating to streamers. This is one of my favorite YouTube videos. I thought of this idea where I would donate to streamers, have them go to a website where I made merch, and then see if I could get merch sales. I thought of this idea. I immediately went to record it. It took me 2 hours top to bottom.
40
I finished it. It was edited. It was uploaded like a couple days later, and it has almost 1 million views on YouTube. It's one of my favorite videos. You know how much it cost me? $48. That is it. $48 in 2 hours. And it has almost 1 million views. Anybody could have done this video. It's $48, but that's less than the price of a video game. I'm sure that if you just saved up, if you're tight for money, you could have made it happen too. Or done it for even less if you really wanted. This video is one of my proudest videos. And I know it's not a stream necessarily, but this still does bring up the issue that you need to solve of thinking of ideas that you can do. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's a lot of videos that you can do. So when you're thinking of your 3 to 5 streamers, all right, don't look at what you can't do from their discography. Look at what you can do.
Okay.
If you look at what you can.
Maybe like an Afro Senju. Once a lot of the streamers I know, I just know them because I watch YouTube videos. But that being said, I don't think ideas are gonna be the issue for me. I'm a very good idea guy. Okay, I've been creating stuff for a long time. I could shoot off 50 ideas like this. A porcupine wearing a banana suit. Hold up. But if I'm actually gonna for live streams, like I rank the top 10 anime of all time, 2026 version, or let's write this down. You know what? Actually, my back hurts, and I want this to be over as fast as possible. And we still have 11 minutes, so let's finish the stream.
Can't do, you're never going to be able to make content for yourself. You'll only be thinking of content for other people, which is a waste of time. It's a total waste of time. That's just as bad as me imagining what I would do if I was in the Super Bowl and I was in Tom Brady's shoes. I'd throw a Hail Mary. That's what I would do. Tom, you should do that. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. I'm not going to be in the Super Bowl. Next. We've thought of ideas that work for you, how to do them, but what do you stream? This is a very basic question that people always ask. It's maybe the number one question. What do you stream?
I think this question is for pussies. This question is for pussies. This question, no. I genuinely think this question, I was on full screen the whole time. I think this question is for people who don't do anything. Like they have no skills or no actual interest and they just want to stream because streaming is cool. Which is fine, which is fair. But I don't have this issue because I feel as though I'm a pretty well-rounded person who's had a lot of eras of diving into different pockets and skill sets and worlds. And so there's a lot of things that I can just do because I want to do it, whether it's the music stuff or if we're talking about, like, you know, focusing more anime stuff, or maybe just going out in public and talking to random people. Like I can do nightlife streams. I don't like the club. I don't like bars, but I'll go to club and bars if that's good content. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I can do that because I'm a kind of a developed person. I don't mean to brag, but the vibe's kind of a developed person. He has social skills, you know what I mean? But that's not the point. The point is, I don't have an issue on what to stream. I have an issue on being poor and not having a bunch of pretty cosplaying e-girls to make life a little better. Back to the lesson.
Stream, Ludwig. Okay, good question. What do you stream? Sure. Okay, let's talk about it. I first and foremost think this question is probably talked about too much. Because as long as you are doing everything in these streams like recordings section, then what you stream
kind of figures itself
isn't
out.
as important. You know what I mean? Because you can really make anything work. There is one thing that I've done that will always work. It's tried and true. This is the number one thing you need to stream. To make it big. The yoink and twist, baby. Whatever.
That's what I was saying. So I've been here. Hold up. I've been in these streets. I've been in these streets. You think I don't know the game? I was born in the game. I made the game. The game came out of my pussy. This is my game. I'm the father of the game. Try me and see what the fuck happens. Find out. Shit, you think I don't know how this game works? Put a controller in my hand. See what I do. I hit you with a left, right, uppercut, 360, no scope, baby. I'm really like that. Fuck you think this is? Playing with me. I spit everywhere. Stop playing with me.
else is doing. That's right. Yes. Yes, you do not have to rewrite the entire playbook. We do not need a New Testament.
So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to do 20 original ideas and then 20 stolen ideas.
We're good.
By the way, I am, for everything I just said, I'm pretty bad at stealing ideas. Like, the artist part of me really hates it. And I've learned to get better and better at just blatantly stealing ideas. But, like, there's a deep ingrown part of me that's like, I just want to explore it and try something new and try to come up with something that's never been done before. But I don't think that's what this is. I'm here to get rich and famous with cosplaying e-girls, and I'm going to follow the formula. And if I want to be a creative little artist princess, I can do that in my own time.
Good. Jesus got it down the first time. Yoink and twist. Look, I'm not saying to carbon copy, because people notice, people will make fun of you. You can't just do it one-to-one, because honestly, you won't do it as good most of the time anyway. You can yoink and twist. So I saw, here's one example, this video Soda Poppin did a few years ago. When Stream goes shopping for $1,000, you know what he would do in this video?
This is synthesizing ideas, taking other things and mixing them together. So synthesize new ideas, and you do this by mixing two topics or other videos that have worked. Listen, I think if you're looking back on this in the future, you're looking at a megastar streamer, biggest streamer in the world, 0.000001%, baby.
It was a stream that he made a video. He would have people send him links, and he would click on them, and he would either buy them or not buy them. It was totally his decision. He was like, oh, this is funny, I'll buy it, or oh, this isn't funny, I'm not going to buy it. That was it. And I was like, that's interesting. But what if I did that and I had chat vote? That might be kind of funnier if chat is the one who votes. That way, I literally have no say. It adds a little bit more stakes. It gets chat a little bit more involved, and it allows for, like, I think a little bit cooler of an experience. Then I saw this Mr. Beast video. I gave my credit card to random people. And I thought, well, I'm doing this Amazon stream, but in reality, what I'm doing is, since I'm letting them vote, I'm kind of just giving my credit card to stream. So I saw this thumbnail. I kind of made my own version for my content that was originally based off a video I saw Soda Poppin make. And so you add both of those together, and you get, I gave my credit card to stream. And that's it. And that's it. And that's the total entire idea of how I came up with this video. And the video did pretty well for me. 557,000 views is well above average. That's a good amount of views for me. It certainly didn't beat the originals, which is why you can't be a carbon copy anyway, because you do cap yourself at a ceiling. So you have to pull from a lot of people. And this is fine to do. Maybe it feels scummy or bad, but I promise you that there is very little to no originality in streaming or YouTube.
Yeah, this is a rough lesson of life that it takes a while to really understand, but most systems that are ingrained essentially require you to be a little scummy in order to play the game. Because the only way to do it is to do the thing that's already been done. And if everyone is doing the thing that's already been done, whether this is like in corporate America or streaming, it's like everyone knows that there's a certain way of going about it. In corporate America, for example, maybe you're sucking the boss's dick. In streaming, you're stealing ideas. You're doing whatever you can to give yourself the advantage. It's rough. It's capitalism. It's what it is. And it's unfortunate. But I'm not going to be the one to fix it. I'm going to be the one to be rich, famous with cosplaying e-girls.
YouTube. Mizkif is swapping his unbanned forms with Maya today. Wow, that's a really good idea, Mizkif. I like it a lot. Let's just go ahead and take a look at a video I made a couple of days ago. Oh, I swapped streams with Cutie Cinderella. Oh, interesting. Oh, it was unbanned forms. Huh, interesting. That's fine. I don't have any claim over it, all right? But at the end of the day, if you are the first to it, you will probably be more successful. If they don't add their own twist, they are capped to what they pulled from. That's just how it works. You have to add your own twist, or else you have a ceiling.
Yeah.
All right, let's give you another example. Point Crow Wikipedia race. Point Crow totally yoinked this for me as well. Wikipedia race runs are insane. It's a direct one-to-one yoink. It doesn't feel like there's anything really new to it, but he's capped because my video got 1.6 mil. He's half of that. He probably will not beat the number of views I got. He needs to add a twist unless he wants to be stuck at that ceiling. you gotta add your twist.
You gotta
laugh,
you gotta
lose.
twist
I've
the
done a lot of
yoink.
You laugh, you lose.
Oh, no.
That's not new.
I mean, that's what I always say. You know what I mean? I always say you gotta twist the yoink. You gotta twist the yoink. Because if you're just yoinking and there's no twist, then it's just a brute force of a yoink. And nobody likes to be yoinked. You gotta twist. That's what I always say. They call me Mr. Yoink and Twist for that reason.
I have a ceiling of other people who've done You Laugh, You Loses. You laugh, but the video ends. There's the twist. That video has over 1 million views. I was the first person I know of to do that. Now it's been yoinked several times, and actually I stopped doing it, and it's been yoinked so much that it's not even considered my idea anymore. But regardless, the point is you need to yoink, but you need to twist. This is why we brought up the 3 to 5 creators. Who did you write down? Look right now who you wrote down. Who are the 3 to 5 that you want to emulate? Those are the people, first and foremost, that you're going to want to look from. You want to see what they've
I think I picked the wrong people. I don't know. We'll figure this out. I'm figuring it out as I go.
done that maybe you could yoink. Could you yoink and twist this?
Yeah.
Is that possible to do?
Yeah.
Who'd you write down? Think about it. It's fine. You don't have to come up with it all right now.
Yeah.
But it's a good base to start. Because at the end of the day, very simply, this is how streaming and more importantly YouTube work. You do things. Throw shit at a wall.
Yeah.
One day, shit hits,
Yeah.
sticks, stays.
Yeah.
And you have to keep doing that thing. You have to keep pumping out that shit while also having R&D for new shit to be thrown and eventually stick as well.
Gotcha.
And you can think of every
This is really important for me, what he just said, because I'm not naturally wired to engage with things in that way, and I've really spent years trying to. Like I said, I am like, my nature is to like do something new. It's hard for me to do the same thing over again, even if it works, but I'm getting better because I want money, fame, and cosplay girls.
creator you like, they've all gone through this same formula. Do you like Dream? Okay, Minecraft Manhunt. He one day decided to do it, threw shit at a wall, it stuck. Now he always does Minecraft Manhunts. He keeps doing that. He also has to throw in new things because maybe Minecraft Manhunt will one day get old, and so you need to make sure that you're doing new things. That way your viewership continues to grow. But the main idea is when you do something that works, you keep doing it, all right? Which brings me to a quote. This is the most important quote and the most helpful quote I have ever come across for streaming or YouTube. I think about it almost every day.
Wow.
At a certain point, growth becomes more about consistency than creativity. That's from Reckful. Now, I'm not trying to farm Sages, but this genuinely has been one of the most helpful things anyone's ever said, and it is so true. When you do something that works, you keep doing it. You don't have to come up with new ideas. That's exhausting. It's tiring. It'll take too much time.
At a certain point, let's write it down word for word, just so I have it. At a certain point, growth becomes more about consistency. Growth becomes more about consistency than creativity. What outfit should I wear tomorrow? I think I'm gonna be consistent and show up, but I think I'm gonna wear this hat tomorrow. I'm gonna be consistent and creative. I'm gonna wear this hat tomorrow. So cool. So cool. At a certain point, growth becomes more about consistency rather than creativity. Quite.
won't be worth the effort. It's not as much of a creative endeavor as, poetry. Yeah, you do express some creativity, but if you want to make it big, it is not just about that. Summoning Salt. All of his videos, he one day decided to do a history of speedruns, popped off. Now that's all he does. Maybe one day he was like, oh, I'm going to make many different YouTube videos. No, that's not what he does anymore. He does what works. And sometimes it can be a little scary because you might pigeonhole yourself into only the one thing that's worked. So you do need to have a balance. You need to make sure that even though you're doing the same old things, you're also doing new things. I think sometimes I actually don't do enough recycling content, as much of a meme as it is. I don't think I've done enough You Laugh, You Loses. I don't think I played enough Among Us at the start, to be totally honest with you. I think that I didn't do it enough. I was like, I want to do new things. And I could have grown a little bit more had I decided to either stick with Among Us early on or stick with you.
Dude, I'm gonna be such a big streamer. I'm gonna be such a big streamer. Such a big streamer. Okay. Well,
you loses. Instead, I was like, no, I'm going to do new endeavors. And that probably made me grow a little slower. So I have to think about that. I have to think about that all the time. You got to think about that as well. And every creator you look through the YouTube channel, they've probably done something that you really like a lot of times in the past, and will do a lot of times again in the future. Because viewers only like what they know. How is a viewer supposed to like something you haven't done yet? If anything, they're apprehensive to it. They'll probably want you to do the thing that they liked because they know that they like that, rather than you bringing new thing to them and then being like, well, I don't know if I like this thing and I like this thing, so let's just make sure we do this thing. AKA my chat spamming for me to play Monkey Ball. That is the same scenario. Maybe I can play Monkey Ball. Maybe I can cop another 500K on YouTube. That is consistency over creativity. And there are lines where you have to draw in the sand where you're like, I don't
so
want to keep doing
excited.
this. I'm tired of this. And that's fine, but just keep this quote in mind. And that brings us to our final slide. If you want to make it big on Twitch, you want to be a bigger streamer than me, you're just starting out, you simply have to be better. You have to be a better streamer than I am. You cannot even be as good as me. That will not be enough. Unfortunately, the rich get richer. The big channels get more viewers. I'm at the top of all categories I stream on. My YouTube videos get recommended more than you. So whatever you're doing, it cannot just be what I'm doing.
I'm gonna eat your lunch.
You need to do it better than me if you hope to get bigger than me.
I'm gonna eat
That's
your lunch,
the plain, simple truth.
I'm gonna
And
eat your
it's not
lunch,
easy
Ludwig.
advice, and it's very hard to do, and it'll take years, but it is the actual fact of the matter. There's no growth mechanism for small streamers that will let you leapfrog me in views. So you got to do it the good old-fashioned way by just simply being a better streamer. If you use all these tips, you'll get close. You won't get past me because you'll be operating on the knowledge that I have. So you'll need to pull knowledge from other places. I'm not the end-all informant on how to get big on Twitch. I'm just a guy who happened to pop off and has some things he learned along the way. There are other resources you can use. If you want the nitty-gritty
What are
details,
the other resources?
I'm not the guy for it. It's things like, what mic do I use? When do I stream?
Got you,
What
got you.
camera do I use? Do I use a camera?
Got you.
Just go to Alpha Gaming on YouTube. That's the one place I've seen. I've read it. I've read it as a small streamer. I've read it as a big streamer. I've watched it. Harris Heller knows his shit. He literally does. If you ever want to know the specifics of weird streaming stuff, that's your guy. I'm not the
Great.
best guy
I'm
for
gonna go
that.
there.
No big streamer is, because it's pretty basic info and probably the most given advice for people. And I think in part also the least valuable. It's important, don't get me wrong, your stream setup, but it's not like what defines you. For every nice stream setup, there is an example of someone with no mic using a Blue Yeti or worse. Technoblade uses a fucking Blue Yeti. You know Technoblade had one monitor until last month? So, yeah, at the end of the day, it doesn't super matter, but it is somewhat important. And Alpha Gaming, that's your guy. And that's it. That's all I got for you.
Well, I think this is the start of something special, something new. I'm genuinely excited. I haven't been genuinely excited to start something from scratch in a long time, because I've started so many things from scratch that I'm just like exhausted by it, but I'm excited by this. I feel like I have this skill set. I feel like I have the information, and it's just going to be fun. This is going to be great. I'm excited to become a millionaire streamer, Superman, who is surrounded by awesome cosplay eager